Hey guys and gals, I'm going to show you today how to change the brake discs on a Suzuki SV1000s. Mine's a K3. I don't know if the discs are the same throughout the years, but I'll certainly show you how to do these ones. So first off, I will lob this on my head, and then you can maybe see a mark, and then show you a little checklist of what we need. So first of all, the essentials, which are two sets of front brake pads, obviously for the front calipers, and one set for the rear. I'll show you the rear in a different video, but I'll just get one of these front ones done for you now. A pair of gloves, a 12mm socket adapter, or if you prefer spanner, use a spanner. Ring spanners are always best because they're less likely to round off the bolts. I have an extender bar just for more leverage, basically. The ratchet that complements that. Then we have a smaller ratchet with a little adapter that fits my Allen bolts, or my Allen set. So you need a 5mm Allen for this little guy here, and then a 3mm for two that are in there. You can use the standard Allen keys if you want, but I just, again, we extender bar on this gives you more leverage, so it's just easier to take off. Then we have brake disc cleaner, which we will use just to get off all the excess dirt. A copper grease, which I use for most of the bolts, as well as the back of the pads themselves, and then a cloth. I've already got some of this loosened, so it just helps with the speed, but I'll still run through all of the necessary steps. Also, I've got this towel here because whenever you're spraying on the brake disc cleaner, it tends to make a mess. So if you stick on, again, 12mm, just load on these bolts. As I say, I've already got this loosened. You can use a torque wrench for this if you prefer, which would give you, it'll help you tighten it to this manual spec, but I just use it just more than finger tight, basically. Before you completely take out these bolts, or loosen this little Allen bolt and the two Allen bolts in there as well, just saves you holding it and fighting away with it. I would use the copper grease on the bolt there. It just helps, as I say, if they're in there for a long time, it stops them seizing, which is always a good thing. So we take them two out, just set them to the side for now. It means you can slide this bad boy off. So now we'll get this little Allen out here. Now you'll find that this goes the whole way through. So this is the pad retaining pin. So it is. That gets quite dirty because it's open to the elements in there. So it is, anything that flies up through the pads will connect with this. And then we've got the other little Allen for these wee bolts. You find that it's quite tightly put in, so it'll pop off just like that. So just be careful in case it flies away somewhere on you. It could be quite easy to lose a wee bolt in there. And also, come here. There you go. That's the metal clip. That should allow us to push these out with difficulty or not. Depends on the amount of time they've been there. Have a wee glance in there. And then we'll get the cleaning. Just give basically everywhere you can get to, give it a good clean. It's never a bad thing. Also, another good thing to have whilst I'm at it, where did I set it? Wire brush. Wire brushes are good for just getting any excess dirt out of anywhere, which I'm going to use for right here. You'll see this one's coming out fine, the rest aren't, so I'll probably have to replace this seal kit soon. Get these pushed back in to a respectable level. Always try and get the pistons lined up I might actually put these back in because they are in such good condition. Once the pads are ready to go back in, get your wee pad retaining pin and give it a wee, I would tend to give it a wee wire brush. Kind of get a wee bit of dirt off. I really hope that you guys can see this, by the way, because this camera's just slapped on my head. Give the threads a wee clean with a wire brush, just for any debris that may be in there, just to get it out. Alright, so I want these back in. And get the pin pushed through. I actually did this the wrong way round. My apologies. Put the clip in first, not the pads. Now for the clip. It's easier, as you'll find out, with the pads not in it. So just set that in place. It'll need a bit of tensioning for the tiny little bolts that go in. You see I'm having to push the clip over just to get this in, hopefully, first time. That's it. Tighten these with your wee 3mm Allen. I wouldn't tighten them overly much, just with them being so small and the threads being so small. It's probably, thankfully I haven't done it, but it's probably quite easy to cross thread them. So just be wary of that if you're doing it. Then we can finally put the pads back in after my boo-boo earlier. Just going to get these prized apart enough. If you do use a screwdriver like this, be careful. You can damage the pads quite easily. Just be gentle with it. Give it a wee friendly nudge, and then hopefully it'll slurp back on. Now we get our two bolts that we started with. Put a bit of copper grease around the bottom of it, and then you'll find that as you're putting it in, that copper grease will work its way up the threads. Get it tight and then give it one last wee twist. There's finger tight and one last twist. That's you for the front brake pads. Just repeat that for the other side and then you're good to go. Thanks for watching. Till next time.